Hello! Welcome everybody. Thank you very much for coming to the Tuesday Rotary meeting. We are having a special meeting today. We're looking forward to it. We are going to first, we're very excited to announce that we have a new member of our club. Joyce Grennis, please stand up. Bien. We're going to start with inspiration. Robin Loving.
Good morning. In light of good government all over the world and all the excitement of the election campaigns in at least 2 countries, I have 3 quotes from 3 different countries for you about good governance. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. American Martin Luther King. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Britt Edmund Burke. And finally, from Indian Rohini Nilekani, we cannot be mere consumers of good governance. We must be participants. We must be co-creators. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. And as we do at all of our meetings, we will have the 4-way test. And Kathy, there's Kathy. Kathy Salata. Bienvenido.
Good morning, everyone. The 4-way test is a nonpartisan and non-sectarian ethical guide used by Rotarians throughout the world in their personal and professional relationships. The test has been translated into more than 100 languages, and Rotarians recite it at all their club meetings. Of the things we think, say, or do, please recite with me. 1, is it the truth? 2, is it fair to all concerned? 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? And here in San Miguel, we've added a 5th, is it fun?
Thank you, Kathy. So who are we? Rotary is an international organization with 1.2 million members in 135 countries. We have a foundation that supports projects throughout the world exceeding the value of $1.3 billion with the mission to promote international humanitarian education and cultural exchange programs. Our organization is dedicated to service and to undertaking initiatives and projects that change lives. Among the other things that we can report, we have built 1,500 rainwater harvesting systems, 200 dry composting toilets. We provided 3,000 young girls in education and empowerment. We've supported the School for the Deaf, which is the first certified Secretary of Education School for Deaf at least in the state and maybe in the country, or at least in the state. We do amazing things. We have only 48 members now. We have 48 members. We've been in business for 19 years, and we've invested over $2 million in San Miguel de Allende. So, Andrea, can you come up? We're gonna talk briefly about one project and move on, but Andrea Spessard. Andrea is Vice President of Community Projects and our President-elect, which cannot come soon enough.
Good morning, all, and welcome. We're pleased to have all of you here this morning. Carla Espinosa is going to be passing a peso basket shortly with Anna Elizabeth Adlung. Every week we pass a project peso basket, and we appreciate your generosity each week. We use these pesos very, very wisely. Not a single peso goes to waste. It helps us cover our operating expenses as our Rotary Club here in San Miguel, and it helps to support the many service projects that we have undertaken to support our community residents here in San Miguel, and both in the urban community and in many rural communities. So this morning we're going to be showing you a video shortly about one of our 9 active projects, which is our Girls Empowerment Program. So we signed a contract with the Secretary of Education for the state of Guanajuato in January 2023, and we have a contract to go into the schools, both rural and urban schools here in San Miguel, and we're far-reaching. Sometimes we're driving an hour to the schools out in the campo. And we're teaching 5th and 6th grade girls during the school day, as allowed by the state of Guanajuato, and we teach a 5-day, 10-hour course on girls' empowerment. And so we are teaching these girls in the 5th and 6th grade, ages 10 through 12, about the menstruation, about the changes their bodies are going through. It teaches them self-confidence and self-esteem. And what we found when girls reach this age, they oftentimes lose self-esteem, and they're missing out on school 1 week a month. So 25% of their education is missing. And that leads them to lose self-confidence and self-esteem, and often to drop out of school and not to continue from primary to secondary school. So this program benefits from your generosity. It helps us to pay our teachers, and since we have volunteer drivers who are both Rotarians and non-Rotarians, members of the community, and if you are interested in being a volunteer driver, please see me after the meeting. But we are able to spend our pesos on paying our teachers, who are local San Miguel women, and then also to pay for the reusable menstrual hygiene kits that will serve these girls well for up to 5 years. So we thank you for your generosity, and we're going to show a quick video on our Girls Empowerment Program. Thank you.
Alrededor del 80% de las niñas pierden su autoestima al llegar a la pubertad, ya que en esta cultura desinformada, la menstruación se considera vergonzosa, sucia o algo que debe ocultarse. Esto resulta en dificultades para manejar su menstruación. Los suministros sanitarios son inaccesibles para la mayoría y, como consecuencia, pierden días de clases a causa de los síntomas de la menstruación. Este programa brinda educación, oportunidades y soluciones sostenibles, llevando educación menstrual a niñas de 5º y 6º grado de primaria entre 10 y 12 años de edad. Estos talleres tienen una duración de 10 horas en 5 módulos, utilizando láminas informativas, mandalas, canciones, obras de teatro y elementos gráficos. El éxito de este programa es la fusión de varias piezas fundamentales. Una de ellas, el programa educativo de Niñas Sabias, creado por Hanna Figueroa, que más allá de enseñar higiene menstrual, enseña que ser mujer es maravilloso. La empresa internacional Days for Girls es una asociación sin fines de lucro y es nuestro proveedor de los kits ecomenstruales. Utiliza productos efectivos, lavables y reutilizables. Tienen una duración de 3 a 4 años con el correcto mantenimiento. Contamos con un acuerdo de colaboración con la Secretaría de Educación de Guanajuato, una alianza clave permitiendo el acceso a las escuelas tanto rurales como urbanas en horario escolar. La Fundación Rotaria aporta el recurso económico para la operación del mismo. Con el apoyo de choferes voluntarios del Club Rotario Midday, transportamos a nuestras maestras a las escuelas rurales, logrando que este proyecto llegue a más del doble del número de beneficiarios previstos originalmente. Desde enero 2023, nuestro grupo sanmiguelense de maestras capacitadas por el programa Niñas Sabias ha enseñado y acompañado a más de 2.500 niñas sobre salud menstrual, alfabetismo corporal, conciencia hormonal y autocuidado, logrando la conciencia ambiental, la dignidad y la confianza, a través de soluciones ecológicas, económicas y saludables. Lograr igualdad y empoderamiento para poder decidir sobre sus propios cuerpos, sus decisiones y su futuro. Con esto, mantenerse en la escuela y poder cumplir sus sueños. Este programa está diseñado para que cualquier persona que termine nuestro taller pueda regresar a casa y compartir sus conocimientos. Esto crea unión, seguridad y conciencia entre mujeres, al saber que lograrán un cambio en su vida y la vida de los demás. Este programa se logra gracias a una prueba piloto y a una subvención global de $90,000 en colaboración con la Fundación Rotaria, Distrito 4140, Distrito 5240 y el Club Rotario Simpson Rice de Estados Unidos de América. El programa de empoderamiento de niñas empodera a las niñas por solo $23 cada una y es un proyecto que se puede replicar fácilmente en otros clubes, por niñas más sanas, seguras y sabias.
Conestoga, can you all please stand? 24, they all are supporters of the deaf school, and they've made our deaf school successful. And also the Kitchener-Conestoga Club is also supporting our new watershed education project. Thank you very much. Today we are very pleased to welcome our newly re-elected mayor, Mauricio Trejo. He's beginning his third term as municipal president and is the first mayor in San Miguel Allende history to be elected to 2 consecutive terms. He is here to share with us his plan and hopes for the next 3 years and to answer your questions. Please welcome Mauricio Trejo, Presidente.
Good morning, everybody. I know is it my turn to speak? Okay, your show. Okay. Where do you want me to do it? Right there? Here with you. Okay, that's fine. Well, good morning, everybody. Good to see you again. I know that you guys have been very busy thinking about what you're gonna vote for. Is it Kamala or Trump? I really don't know, okay? Of course, Mexicans, we already have the one that we wish it could win, but we're not gonna tell because it is your chance to fight in a good way with each other's ideas. But good luck next Tuesday. I guess it's next Tuesday, the election, right? Look, good luck to all of you and to the United States. I hope that the one you guys selected, they can do very good things for the United States and for the world. David, how are you? Good morning. And for the world, because we are tired and we had enough of war. War here, war there, war everywhere. And it's just the United States that can stop all this mess that is happening in the world. But well, now is our chance to begin 3 new years in San Miguel de Allende, okay? And I hope that all of you that live in San Miguel de Allende and have a relative that has passed away, don't feel sad. You already know what happened in Mexico. We celebrate death. So remember that beloved person, El Día de Muertos, and remember all the great things you guys experience with that special person that is not with you anymore. So Feliz Día de Muertos, by the way. You're right. I'm the first guy or the first person that has made it 3 times in San Miguel de Allende. We have done good things, we have done some mistakes, we have achieved a lot of goals, but I think that if you put everything in a balance, the balance is positive. So we made a few changes to face the next 3 years because every single cycle is different. It doesn't matter if I'm the same mayor, I'm gonna face different things this time. We are facing a new federal government, we're facing a new constitutional changes, and we are changing also a new way of violence in Mexico and in the state. So We have a lot of tasks in front of us, but we're gonna be successful like we had been in the past 3 years. And in my team, I also made a few changes. I want to introduce you Eleazar Romero. Por favor, para Eleazar. Now he's the one, well, to me, he's one of the wisest persons in San Miguel de Allende. Of course, he knows a lot about San Miguel history, and he's now in charge of the culture in town. So, Eleazar, préstales el Teatro Ángela Peralta a todos ellos, okay? Now the Ángela Peralta is available for all of you. I know that it was a request in the past 3 years, but we have been opening, as you guys wanted, the Teatro Ángela Peralta, and I'm sure that the things with Eleazar are gonna change a lot. The team maintains the same, pretty much the same people that helped me during these previous 3 years are the ones that are gonna help me in the next 3 ones. So what we're facing, we're not facing water problems anymore. That is something that we did very well. Actually, we were named the #1 municipality in Mexico in water treatment. So we did very, very, very well in that issue. And I am very happy because 3 years ago, that was the main issue in San Miguel de Allende. And now we're the municipality #1 in the plans that we have for water, in the rules that we have made in order to how to use water, and now it's not an issue anymore, and I'm very happy for it. The security problem in the state is something that we are going to be very, very open eyes for it. Now we have bombs, and I don't want to alarm you. Every time I speak, I don't want to alarm you, but I also need to be very transparent and very clear, because that's the only way we can understand where we are, what we are, and what we are planning to do. And sometimes if you're not transparent, well, if someone hears about a car bomb exploded in one of the Guanajuato municipalities, well, they might think that in San Miguel de Allende it might occur the same thing. I think that our police is very well trained, and it's the best police in the state. We have shown it to the citizens, but also we have been named the municipality #1 in the state in certification for our police officers and in the achievements on cutting the guys that steals your house, motorcycles, cars, and also, even though it's not our job, small drug dealers. So we have been named the #1 in security by the state government that it's managed by it was managed by a guy that belongs to another political party. So it means a lot. It means a lot that a guy that belongs to PAN recognizes that a guy that belongs to the PRI is doing, his municipality is doing the best in the state. So we need to keep working in maintaining our police officers in good shape, well paid, well trained, and we have to invest in investigation. I think that in the next 3 years, it's about investigations, it's about intelligence, because if my duty, if my work is to prevent bad things to happen, we need to invest money in intelligence and in investigation. So now we're going to open the door to a new way of working with our police officers. I'm not happy with the changes that the new governor did in security, but I agree with them. I think she's great. I think Livia, the new governor, she knows where she's heading to. But in the new beginning, that's her slogan, a new beginning. She named a new Secretario de Seguridad Pública in the state. I'm going to have a meeting with him next week. But the last one, Álvaro Cabeza de Vaca, was a friend of us. So that was a big advantage for San Miguel de Allende. He was always willing to talk with different associations. He was always willing to come and talk to the mayor and to discuss what was need to be done. I think that we're going to work very well with the new one, very, very well, because you cannot think otherwise. I mean, we need to have a good relation with the new Secretario de Seguridad Pública. But also, we already hired the last Secretario de Seguridad Pública, Álvaro Cabeza de Vaca. He's not part of the team, but as an external guy, he's going to be working with us, and he's going to be the one doing the investigation and the intelligence for San Miguel de Allende. We are miles away. We are far away from having the problems that they have in Acámbaro. There won't be any bombs in San Miguel de Allende. There won't be. I mean, as long as we keep San Miguel de Allende in the way we were talking before. We cannot build huge roads, we cannot build an airport, we cannot build a big bus station, we cannot ask Kansas City, which is the owner of the train in this area, to make it commercial, to make a commercial stop. As long as we don't do that, San Miguel de Allende is not going to be, logistically speaking, interesting for the cartels. So we're not planning to build all that infrastructure. We're going to keep San Miguel de Allende as small as it is, and we're going to grow outside San Miguel de Allende. So if we keep our police officers well trained, well paid, and now with the new certifications that we're going to start offering to our police forces, which is investigation and intelligence, I think we're going to have a great police force in San Miguel de Allende, and we're going to be able to prevent things that we wish they never happened in San Miguel de Allende. So that's one of the big risks that I see that we have in front of us for the next 3 years. About letting San Miguel de Allende to grow in a dirty way, without order, that's not an issue anymore. We have controlled the mafia inmobiliaria, we have controlled them, now they are out of politics. No one that belongs to the mafia inmobiliaria is in politics anymore. The people have spoken in the last elections, and no one that belongs to the mafia inmobiliaria in the state of Guanajuato is in politics anymore. So I'm very happy and very pleased for it, because that was one of my biggest worries. If I had lost the election, those guys would have taken San Miguel de Allende again, and they would have caused the same problems that we had 3 years ago. So I'm very pleased that San Miguel de Allende is safe for now, and I think that for many years. Our budget is a good budget. We have healthy finance, and we're gonna use it in the right way. I was watching the video, and we're gonna work a lot with El DIF. We're gonna keep working with the fathers, the mothers that have problems in their own houses, and those problems are transmitted to the young kids. We're gonna work very hard on them to try to solve their problems, alcoholism, drugs, and we're gonna keep talking to them so we can create a home in those houses, so the small ones aren't the ones that have to pay for the problems that the big ones have. We're gonna keep working with the kids that don't have mothers, that don't have fathers, with the kids that don't have the chance to have an education. We're gonna build a new school for those kids. We're gonna grow in the infrastructure that the DIF has right now. So we're able to work in the family issues. The DIF is gonna grow a lot. The DIF right now, it's able to take care of your kids if you need to go and work. Well, we're gonna grow that infrastructure so we can take care of more kids, so more parents are allowed to go and work and provide for their families. In the health matters, we're gonna keep helping the little ones, so we're gonna invest a lot of money in fixing their teeth these next 3 years. Because a small kid that doesn't smile because he's ashamed or she's ashamed of her teeth or his teeth is gonna lose all the confidence by the time they are 15, 16 years old. And we're gonna have San Miguelenses that are not confident in themselves. So we're gonna invest a lot of millions of pesos, and we're gonna work with a lot of associations so we can be the municipality #1 in the state that help the kids in the teeth issues. And that's very important. That's very important to me. You might be poor, but if you have self-confidence, your chances of being a successful person, they're much better than if you don't have confidence in you. If you smile, that's a huge key to open doors. So San Miguel de Allende is going to smile for the next 3 years. That's for sure. To the woman that are not treated well by men, we also want to work in it. We're going to spend a big percentage of the budget, and we're going to keep working with the Ministerio Público, so the men that doesn't treat well the woman, they can go to jail for good, and at least for 3, 4, 5 months until they learn that they cannot mistreat the woman. And if they do something worse, well, jail for a few years, it's gonna be for sure. And we already have that plan. We already have a unit that, we had talked about this, the unit that goes and helps women that has been mistreated by someone, and they don't feel the confidence and go to the police because they're afraid. Well, this unit goes to her house, and that's where she receives all the legal and medical care. So now, right now we have 1 unit with Ministerio Público. We want to have at least 3 units. Why 3 units? Because that's what the statistics tell us. We need 3 units for it. So women in San Miguel de Allende are going to be well treated. And I know that we're in the times of equality, and those woke persons that doesn't understand what equality means, and that they just want all the attentions for women. We also want to take care of men. We're also going to take care of men, because we only talk about women. And don't take me wrong, I have 3 daughters, 3 beautiful ones. But we also have to take care of men. So San Miguel de Allende has to be an equality world. In San Miguel de Allende, the equality needs to be a real thing. Even friends of mine are mistreated by my female friends sometimes, you know? So we're gonna try to create an equal world for San Miguelenses. And as I told you, you guys are not longer, for me, you are not a US citizens living in San Miguel de Allende. You are San Miguelenses that speak English. That's it. So we're going to create a great equality system for all the San Miguelenses, not just the woman, also the men. Because sometimes the man needs a job too. Sometimes the man is the one that is alcoholic, and we need to help him. Well, we need to help the woman that has been mistreated, but we also need to help the man that mistreats the woman because he is an alcoholic. So we need to focus in what is causing all these family problems and help to eradicate the cause. So long live the woman and long live the man in San Miguel de Allende, okay? I have a friend, Manuel Vibriesca. He's also, Manuel Vibriesca, he's the son of a former Mexico president, Vicente Fox. And believe me, his wife is rough. And he told me he wants to create the first mistreated men in Guanajuato. So I said, don't worry, Manuel, just come live in San Miguel de Allende and you will find a flat floor for everyone. So El DIF is the area that takes care of the families, and also medicines. We had talked before that in San Miguel de Allende we have big problems in the teeth, big problems in the kidneys. So we also want to put a lot of part of the budget to help all women, men and women that have kidney problems. We were very successful in the past 3 years, but I think we can do so much more. So it's going to be 3 years in which we're going to invest in people more than we're going to invest in infrastructure. The past 3 years, we did a lot of roads in the comunidades. We did a lot of streets. We rescued the water. We changed all the lamps in the city. We help a lot the country in San Miguel de Allende. We're going to be the producers. I think next month is in the month in which we're going to know if we can make it the second we can become the second city in the state that produces corn and beans. That had never happened in San Miguel de Allende. This is the first time that we're going to be second place. So we have been investing in the country, we have been investing in the comunidades, we have been investing in building soccer fields, paddle courses, any kind of sports that you can imagine, we have invested money. But in this time, we're going to invest in people, in people. Medicines for the people, education for the people, books for the kids, pencils for the kids, shoes for them, clothes for them, places in which parents can leave their kids so they can go and work. I mean, it's going to be a budget for people more than a budget for infrastructure, okay? You might think, you might have a doubt about what is going on with an airport that everybody has been telling that they're going to build an airport in San Miguel de Allende. I think it's, if you travel a lot, you want an airport in San Miguel de Allende, but we can ruin San Miguel de Allende if we build an airport. So I'm going to say it again. In the next 3 years, there won't be any airports in San Miguel de Allende. In the next 3 years, there won't be a Walmart in San Miguel de Allende. Okay? They started putting pressure last week, big one, big pressure. But I already told them that there's no way. There's no way, and I know you guys have lawyers, but you also have lawyers, and my lawyers are tough also. You can be the lion or the head of the lion, but we're also a head of a mouse. But in San Miguel de Allende, we're as big as Walmart. I mean, Walmart can be huge and powerful, but in our city, we are the powerful ones. We are the tough ones. So if they want to face us, and I think they will, they're gonna find a huge wall because we're not gonna give a step back so Walmart can build a huge Walmart in San Miguel de Allende. So no airport, no Walmart in the next 3 years, no super highways. I'm sorry, but we cannot have super highways getting into San Miguel de Allende. We cannot create the logistics that the drug cartels want us to have. I mean, what cities they like? Well, they like cities that have airports, cities that have huge commerce, cities that have huge bus stations, cities that have great connections. Well, we cannot become that. We are a magical town, and we're gonna keep being a magical and World Heritage, beautiful, unique, beloved city. In the next few years, we're going to invest a lot in sports because we started to see that in the neighborhoods in which we invest in sports in the last 3 years, delinquency has gone down. I really thought it was just a cliche. Invest in sports so the kids don't become thieves or bad people, you know? But it is true. It is true. At the neighborhood goal, San Rafael, we invested in a basketball course, in a boxing gym, CrossFit gym, and the delinquency right there, it's the lowest ever registered. So we're going to invest a lot of money, so we can keep doing that in the comunidades and also in the urban area. because that is true. Delinquency goes down. And I have a good news for you. I know that all of you heard what happened 3 days ago in a rehabilitation center. Some people came into the rehab center and killed three young guys. Yes, that happened here, okay? We already caught that guy. He's about to get into jail. I cannot say anything else because I can ruin the legal process, but we caught the guy that did that horrible thing. And that guy is the same guy that has killed a few more persons during this year. So if we work with intelligence and investigation, those are the results that we're gonna keep having the next 3 years. And believe me, I'm not afraid. I am not afraid at all. I'm gonna keep working hard in security, and I'm not afraid, not because I'm a macho guy. No, I'm not afraid because I am clean. I am clean. The money I have, well, my dad, my mom, they started a business a long time ago. They were very successful ones. I became a good businessman too, as my brothers. So we're doing very good financially speaking. So we don't need to take money from the drug cartels. And that's the first mistake a politician makes in Mexico. If you accept 1 peso from a guy that knows someone in the cartels, you're done. Whether you do whatever they say, or you're gonna be killed. So I'm not afraid of facing whoever I have to face, because I'm clean. I'm gonna keep clean the rest of my life. So whenever you have me in front of you speaking about security, as secure as I feel, it's because I am a clean mayor. So as long as we have a clean mayor in San Miguel de Allende, the drug cartels don't have businesses in San Miguel. The doors for them to build whatever they don't understand in San Miguel de Allende, in order that they don't have someone that explains to them what has to be done in order to make money in San Miguel de Allende, well, San Miguel de Allende, it's going to be a safe place. And I don't want to talk about numbers, because we have talked about numbers in other meetings. I want to talk about feelings. What do we feel? How do we feel in San Miguel de Allende? And we still feel secure in San Miguel de Allende. We still can walk in the streets and come to the Ángela Peralta without any fear. We can also walk in the Parque Juárez without any fear. We can walk in the streets of San Miguel de Allende without feeling fear. So that is the feeling that we need to be feeling. Now I speak like Kamala. I'm sorry. That's exactly what we need to feel. We need to feel secure. Because if we feel secure, that's exactly what is happening. That's exactly what our town is. It's a secure town. So we can be the worst enemies for San Miguel de Allende. I was talking to the students in El San Miguelense. I was talking to them, and we were talking about every single subject. But one kid just stood up and said, hey, Mauricio, I don't feel secure in San Miguel de Allende. And he said it strong. Everybody heard him. And I said, what's your name? And he said, I am Jesus, and I don't feel secure in San Miguel de Allende. He said it again. So I said, either this guy don't like my political party, or don't like me, or maybe one of my daughters didn't like him. I don't know, but there's something in that question. And I said, okay, Jesus, why don't you feel secure? Because I feel that if I go out to the streets, somebody's going to rob me. Somebody's going to steal my wallet, or I might be kidnapped. And I said, okay, so just tell me what you did last week. And he said, well, I went to play soccer. Then, what else did you do? I went to City Market with my mom. Okay, what else did you do? We went to Parque Juárez to play with my friends. But his face was still mad. And I said, what else did you do? Well, I walked my dog for a while. I said, okay, you did all of that last week, and nothing happens to you. But now you are saying that you don't feel secure and that you don't go out just because you think that something is going to happen to you? Well, it's not that I cannot go out to the streets. So I said, hey, listen, I have heard enough. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to talk to a liar. I'm sorry, you are a liar. I don't know who sent you to say that in this conversation, but you are lying. And if you are lying, you're going to do a lot of damage to the image of the town in which your mother and your father work. So you're paying this tuition in this school, your dad and your mom are paying for it. So why are you kicking San Miguel de Allende? It's like kicking San Miguel de Allende every time you say something like that. So everybody understood right there that if we just want to be part of one conversation, okay, about the car bombs in Acámbaro, if you're around people that is talking about that, and you want to be a part of that conversation saying, oh yeah, I think in San Miguel de Allende, in Los Frailes, it's something going on right there. If you just want to give information that you're not completely sure that happened, just because you want to be a part of some conversation, well, you're doing a lot of damage to the image of San Miguel de Allende. So we had talked about that in our last meeting. So I invite you to talk good about San Miguel de Allende. Yes, people is going to be killed, but not people like you. And it doesn't matter what kind of people gets killed. It should offend us. But that is going to keep happening. But if we keep working together, you guys doing what you know how to do, like the things you do in the video, if I keep working hard, well, those bad things are going to happen as often as they happen in some other places. Yes, something very bad happened 2 days ago, but those are isolated cases. 3 guys killed in the rehabilitation center, never happened in San Miguel de Allende. It was the first time. Okay, I want to make sure that doesn't happen ever again. And how we can do that? Intelligence, investigation, well-paid police force, and well-trained police force. And the society working in good things, helping the young kids, helping, well, I'm sorry I couldn't be yesterday in the inauguration of hospice, But I think that everybody needs a big applause for that achievement. Auspice in San Miguel de Allende. Thank you to Lee Carter Foundation. If we keep doing all that, of course, we're going to have more good things than bad things in San Miguel de Allende. And I'm very positive about the next 3 years. This change in the state government and the federal government also, it's always a gap of 4 to 6 months that things can go wrong. That's for sure. And we're already seen it in Guanajuato. We're already seen it in Sinaloa, in Mazatlan. Things are bad. Things are bad. But if we can hold on, if we can face in an intelligent way those 4 to 6 months until the new government knows how to manage and how to do their jobs, we're gonna be fine. And believe me, I'm very concentrated in these 4 to 6 months. All my concentration is right there. We cannot lose San Miguel de Allende in 4 or 6 months. I talked to Lidia Garcia, the governor of Guanajuato. I talked to her yesterday, and I told her, listen, Lidia, of course I can do it by myself, but I can do it so much better if I have your support. I mean, don't send all the police to Acámbaro or Jerecuaro. The bombs already exploded there. Just let's be more intelligent and bring the police force to all other cities in which we don't want bombs to explode. But don't concentrate all the police in the cities in which the bombs already exploded. And nothing is going to happen in San Miguel, Lidia. I can do it by myself, and you know. But I can do it so much better if you help me. And you're going to have better results if you help me. If San Miguel does good, you are doing good. It's not the mayor, it's the governor. So give me a hand. And she understood. She's a very intelligent woman. And right now, San Miguel de Allende is safe. So if you're planning to paint your face as a calaca and join the parade, do it. Do it. Be confident. San Miguel de Allende is very safe. My 3 daughters are going to be around. They're going to be walking in the parade, in all the parties, and I bet you they're going to tell me that they are going to get home at 3 a.m., but they won't. They will get home by 4 or 4:30. These are special occasions, and I'm not worried. I'm worried as a parent. I'm worried as a dad, but I'm not worried as a mayor. So let's speak very good about San Miguel de Allende. Let's do it. And in the next 3 years, if I made a mistake, don't try to destroy me. Don't try to destroy me. I mean, what's the case? We better sit together and have a conversation like the one we're having. And I'm always willing to listen. I have told you that, and I showed you that the past 3 years. So I'm going to say it again. I'm human. I can make mistakes. If I make mistakes, we can always talk about it. I can always listen to you. Or I can always defend my actions in front of you and tell you or try to convince you why I didn't make a mistake. So let's not try to destroy each other in the moments in which we are not aligned So let's keep talking in the way we have done it the past 3 years. And I'm your ally, as you guys are my allies. That's how I have been seeing it, and that's how I want you to keep seeing it. Let's see each other as allies for the next 3 years. Okay? My team is going to be under a very strict supervision the next 3 years. Yes, we all saw this horrible video in which some guys that used to work for Presidencia, for the municipality, kill a dog. We all saw that video. That was a bad video. Of course, we are pissed off. But you shouldn't be pissed off at me. I didn't kill that dog. But we need to have communication. Of course, that video, it's bad. And those guys are fired since the day that happened. And of course, that video had a different meaning. People sometimes, when they're in politics, they can be rude. Who kills a dog in that way, first of all? It's not human. Who kills a dog in that way? But who kills a dog with a truck, with the logo of Mauricio Trejo, just right there? Who does it? Just one person that wants to damage my team and wants to damage Mauricio. David told me, Mauricio, this video started to circulate in the web. I said, I'm not worried about it. That happens last year, and there's no way we can stop that video. Of course, we knew about that video. And of course, we knew that they were going to release it in the time in which they wanted something from us. So of course I received the message. This is the video, we're going to show it to the world. And I wasn't polite, I used the F word. You. Release it anytime you want. We're ready for it. The guys that did that are already fired, and there's a suit against them. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to be at least 6 months in jail. But whenever something like that happened, don't think that I'm not aware, or don't think that I am 100% responsible, or don't think that I don't care about those kind of issues. Of course I do. Of course I do. And there's not going to be a place in San Miguel de Allende for people that treat dogs like that. We're going to keep being very hard, legally speaking, to the people that treats dogs like that, because I know how important dogs are for San Miguelenses that speak Spanish, and especially for the ones that speak English. I know that. I know that. You can see it in the movies. The volcano is exploding, everything is going to hell, the family is finally safe, but the dog has been left behind. They stop the car, and they go pick up the dog, and they bring it back home with them. Even though the volcano was exploding, that just shows how much people cares about dogs. So whoever that is thinking, what happened to those guys that that we saw in the video, those guys are about to go to jail. You need at least 1 year to put someone in jail for minor delitos. ¿Cómo dices delitos? ¿Cómo? You see, everybody knows what delito is. So for minor delitos, it takes you like a year to put him in jail. Okay? But I'm gonna let you know when those two guys go to jail. For major delitos, delitos, remember that, you need 24 hours if you work hand to hand with Ministerio Público and hand to hand with Secretaría de Seguridad Pública. That's why I already told you that the guy that killed the 3 persons in the rehabilitation center is in jail right now. And he's gonna be there, and he's gonna stay there for at least 40 years. 40 years. I hope he could have been for life because he's very young. This kid is like 19 years old, and he has killed like 7 people in San Miguel de Allende. Just imagine that. Just imagine how important it is that we caught him. He was just beginning. He just started. He was a beginner. He was 19 years old. So there was a huge killing life ahead of him. So San Miguel de Allende has done a very good job putting that kid in jail. So my team is gonna keep being supervised by me. Okay? Things happen, yes. Doesn't matter, as I said, it doesn't mean that I'm not aware of it. I know that in the part of culture, I knew that we could do so much better. That's why Eleazar is joining us. I hope you, David, you can squeeze Eleazar as much as you can, because there's a lot to learn from him. A lot. And if you guys want to know the real history of San Miguel de Allende, get together right now, invite Eleazar. We can put Maritere to translate, and you will be amazed. Amazed of how much culture there is in San Miguel, how it became San Miguel de Allende, not San Miguel el Grande, and Eleazar, he's the one. So we're gonna do very, very good in culture. What I'm willing to do in the next 3 years, I'm also willing to keep having a shoe in the stone. He's been a huge, huge stone in my shoe. David Bosman. Believe me, he's not a small stone in the shoe. He's a bad one. And once he's inside of your shoe, he multiplies. It hurts everywhere. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. And he has been a huge stone in my shoe for the past 6 years. Not for the past 6 years, but for 6 years. Well, I'm willing to keep naming you the biggest pain in the shoe of the Mayor Mauricio Trejo. So thank you for always being there, David, in the way you are there, okay? As a stone in the shoe. So that's the way we can always have communication with each other. And feel free of become David's stone in his shoe, and ask him everything you guys need to know about what we're doing. Ask him about what is going on when something happens, because he knows. He knows. If I don't tell him, he's a huge pain in the shoe. So I have learned with years that it's better to tell David what is going on, so he informs everybody, instead of having a huge pain in my shoe. So thank you, David. And it is prohibited that you have another heart attack. I mean, come on, okay? It's prohibited. We still need you. I was gonna say 3-4 years, but no, more than that, David. More than that. So take care of yourself, okay? So you can represent. Okay, or much more, okay? So I'm ready to answer all your questions. Feel free to ask everything you want. It doesn't matter the nature of it. I'm gonna do my best to answer to you, okay? Excellent. I thought you were kidding. You just were running and I said I have a question and you said, okay.
Buenos dias, Senor Presidente. My name is Stu Darling. I thank you for taking questions from the audience and for further agreeing to follow up on those that we don't have time for. I have removed everyone's salutations, buenos dias, muchas gracias, and notes of appreciation to make time for more questions. We've been collecting them for weeks. The most popular question was about what's been phrased as overdevelopment, especially concerning too much traffic and not enough parking. As Deborah Broussard said, do you have plans for regulating traffic in the Centro, including changing traffic flow, use of electric buses with smaller profiles, expanding pedestrian-only streets, and or limiting vehicle access in Centro?
Good. That question has been asked before. So the plan of changing the buses to electric ones, it's going. We're in the legal fight, okay? We're about 60% of the way. We have won most of the suits. We have lost some of them. Actually, I gotta go and see a judge, I guess in 3 weeks, because they also sued the mayor, you know? But as I said, I'm not afraid. I'm gonna keep going, trying to make San Miguel better. And the buses need to be electric ones. So we're gonna keep with that legal fight until that happens. One. Second, starting November 15th, it'll be prohibited for all the heavy traffic to go through San Miguel de Allende. No more trucks, no more trailers in San Miguel de Allende. Okay? And I feel so sorry for what happened 15 days ago. I knew him, the guy that died because that terrible accident in the Caracol. I feel very bad for 2 reasons. One, because I knew him, and 2, because I was this close to win that battle. We won that battle 1 week later. So saying that wouldn't have happened, I don't know if that's a correct way to say it, but now we won that battle. So after November 15th, no more heavy traffic in San Miguel de Allende, okay? And the heavy traffic that loads rocks, sand, and all the material for construction, they're gonna be allowed to transit in El Caracol just from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. of the morning. That's it. That's it. The heavy traffic that are loaded with concrete, with liquid concrete, and needs to be downloaded during the day, they're gonna need a special permit to do it. So in the mobility, that's a big advance in prohibiting the heavy traffic to go in El Caracol or through San Miguel de Allende. So take a picture of the trailers today, because you won't be able to see them anymore. You're gonna miss them one day.
Thank you. You just answered the second question, so we'll move on to the third. Jane Apteker asks, how do you plan to address the imminent water crisis in light of all the status of the aquifer and all the continuous commercial, agricultural, and residential development that has increased under your administration?
Okay. Raising the prices of public services is not for a politician, is not popular thing to do. But I don't have a chance to run again. So these 3 years, we're gonna have the chance to modify some prices of the public services in some areas. For example, the hotels or the balnearios, I don't know how to say balnearios, hot springs that are from San Miguel de Allende to Dolores Hidalgo. They fill the pools every day, and then they open those pools to vaciar, to drain the water every day. Thousands and thousands and thousands of liters are drained and lost. Okay, just like that. So of course they're gonna have to pay now. We need them to pay for what they are doing, and if and they're gonna be more carefully in the way they drain that water, and I'm sure they're going to invest in some pool covers that keep the water hot for the next day, or I don't know what they're going to come up to with, but they're gonna pay for that. The overdevelopment, we don't have it right now. We don't have overdevelopment. The Waldorf Astorias is gonna be built. I informed that the last meeting we had. The first rock is gonna be, the Waldorf Astoria is gonna start being built in the first week of December, but that's not overdeveloped. All the development is going to be sent, as we have been doing it, between Dolores Hidalgo and San Miguel de Allende. If we are going to grow, it needs to be done outside the city, not inside. So we have been very successful during the past 3 years in preventing overdevelopment in San Miguel de Allende. Actually, we didn't give one permission. We didn't do it. And we canceled at least, well, more than 40. So those were legal fights again, but we were very successful. But Mauricio Trejo didn't give one permission to one development in the urban area. So my word was kept, and for the next 2 years, we need to keep in the same path. And the prices of water, it needs to be regulated according to the area. So the poor neighborhoods are gonna keep paying the same. Rich neighborhoods are gonna pay more. And as I said, it's not a very popular way to do things, but doesn't matter. I don't need anybody to vote for me in 3 years. So I'm gonna do it, okay?
The next question is from Clay Primrose. What efforts are being made to clear the water hyacinth, Lyria, from the Presa, and and to prevent further contamination?
Okay. If I don't answer in the right way one question, it's maybe I didn't understand the question in the right way, like Kamala Harris. You know? I'm not gonna say, well, Trump has been running for the last 10 years, and I'm not gonna answer that. If I don't answer right, it's because I didn't understand the question. Okay? So you feel free to tell me, to let me know. Hey Mauricio, you didn't answer the question. Okay? So can you repeat the question again?
Absolutely. What efforts are being made to clear the water hyacinth, Lirio, from the Presa, the Allende Dam, and to prevent further contamination so it doesn't come back?
Oh, well, the Lirio's there. The Lirio hasn't been gone. And as I said, okay, it's not a matter if El Lirio is gonna come back. It hasn't been gone. I mean, the Lirio, it's right there. It's right there in the same amount, okay? That's as much as we can do as a municipality. Because it is the federation, the only one that has the right to clean Presa Allende from El Lirio. That's crazy, okay? They are the only ones that have the right. I mean, it should be a must, okay? They don't want to do it. They don't want to invest in that. Right now we have a federal congresswoman that belongs to Morena political party, and one local congressman that belongs to Morena political party. So I think that between the congresswoman and the congressman, because they belong to Morena political party, we can work something together and put pressure on the federation, and I'm very positive about cleaning Presa Allende from El Lirio. Also, let's remember that El Lirio, it's because the practices that past governments did before me. They allowed a lot of developments to drain the gray waters into the Presa Allende. So it became very rich in nutrients. So the Lirio can feel like in its home, you know? So we have been working with those developments. They have built their water plantas de tratamiento. Okay, treatment water plants. So we don't have as much that problem anymore. We need to continue doing that, but the Lirio doesn't have more nutrients right now in order to cover the whole Presa Allende. But also, we are investing 30 million pesos a year to take the Lirio away from the Presa Allende. And that's another problem that we have faced, because we know we are doing something, and some people don't think or don't believe that we are doing something. Our effort, as I said, with our municipal budget, we cannot spend more than $30 million pesos in something that the federation of the state need to work in. I mean, I need those 30 million pesos to build more classrooms, to give scholarships, to build more roads in the comunidades, to give better seeds, corn seeds, bean seeds, etc., etc. I mean, I cannot spend more budget in El Lirio than the one that I'm already spending. So the municipality is spending 30 million pesos a year. That's what is that for? That is what good for. It's good to keep the lirio in the amount that there is right now. Okay, our fight is just good to keep it in the way it is, because the lirio grows it's 2 hectares, 1 hectare a day. That's huge. That's crazy. 1 hectare a day. And our capacity of taking lirio away, out of the Presidente, it's exactly that. El equivalente to 1 hectare a day. So we cannot do more about that. Of course, what we can do is to prevent overdevelopment, and if you give permission to someone to develop something, they need to build their water treatment plant. That is what I can do. But I'm very positive that the Federation is gonna do something about it.
Great, we had lots of questions about traffic laws. There are many distracted drivers on their phones, and seatbelt laws are not enforced. Helmets are not mandatory, and motorcycles seemingly do not need to obey traffic laws as they weave between traffic and pass on the right. Are there any plans to make changes?
I'm gonna be very honest. No, there's no any plans for that. And I'm gonna tell you why. There's a lot of things that we have to put attention to. And driving and using the cell phone, it's an education thing. Using my police force to stop those drivers and give them a ticket that in the end they are not gonna pay because it's not well regulated. The effort and the money that I need to spend in order to keep the drivers not to talk and drive at the same time, I think it's not worth it. So there are no plans for it. Let's talk to each other and tell our friends, tell our kids, tell everyone we know that does that. Hey, don't drive and use your cell phone. There are things that are not my job. I'm gonna sound arrogant, but I didn't run for president so I can educate people about not drive and use your cell phone. There are more important things for me to do, and I have such a little time. If I had a bigger budget, I could organize a bigger team, but the only thing I can do is tell you, don't drive and use your cell phone. Okay? Starting with you.
So multiple people had the same question from the Los Gonzales community. The Los Gonzales community has over 400 families and was promised over 4 years ago that your administration would help provide a working well system along with an elevated tank. The well was dug, but all work has stopped since the election. SAPSUMA told us there would be a budget of over 6 million pesos, but had avoided our committee since the election. When will this project be completed?
Okay, what happens when you have an election? In Mexico, we call them una elección se impugna. I don't know if you have impugnar. Object. Okay. The election that happened in San Miguel de Allende was objected by, or challenged by Morena, okay? So what is the responsible thing to do? I mean, I was sure that I was gonna win. Also, not just with the ballots, but also I was gonna win court. I was sure of it. But there was always a possibility that you can lose. I mean, there was a small possibility for them that they could win and we was going to have an invalid election. So the Congress, in that case, they would have had to name a momentary mayor. For how long? 3 months, 6 months, 8 months? I don't know. For as long as the time it needs to reorganize a new election. So the responsible thing to do was to think about the budget that temporary government was going to need. And the budget the new government was going to need in order to have a good start. Of course, when I leave in 3 years, I'm gonna leave one good budget, so the new government, the new mayor, have a good budget to have a good start. So now I had to think about two governments. One that was going to be temporary, and the other one that is going to be the good one. So that's why I had to stop everything. And I said it in my Facebook, and I said, hey guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this guy objected the election. That's why we stopped almost everything in San Miguel de Allende. But the public services, they kept being good quality public services. But Los Gonzales is going to have their water tank.
When will that be?
I don't know. I don't know.
We were promised it within this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this year is not going to happen for the reasons that I already said.
The people in Los Gonzales receive water once every 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And we receive about 400 to 500 liters once every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's over 400 families.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
It is not sustainable.
There are more than 200 comunidades that don't even have water. So
We have gone and worked with your administration.
mm-hmm.
And we've done all of the requirements
Mm-hmm.
to have this well built, and it has stopped. Yet the budget was there previously.
Yeah, but as I said, the election was objected, so I had to stop everything.
So now it will continue now.
Yes, it will.
Can
It
I
already
invite
is-
you to
everything
say
already started.
afterwards?
Everything already started, but I cannot tell you when they're gonna finish the water tank. So at least you're gonna wait at least 5 months.
So we have 2 more questions here. I recall, this is from Michael Utek. I recall President Trejo saying the city was going to get all new buses that were energy efficient. 3 years later, it still hasn't happened. Is there still a plan to get new city buses?
I already said that. I already told them that we are still in the legal fight. I already told them that I need to go before a judge in 3 weeks. That's not a nice thing to do, but it's part of the legal fight. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. These guys hire good lawyers, so they are putting the fight. They are putting a good fight, but it's gonna happen.
Wonderful.
And if I go to jail, I don't smoke, so don't send me cigarettes. But maybe some tacos, David. Send me some tacos to jail.
The last one comes from Patricia Devlin. She lives in La Jona and has a concern about pedestrian safety, people on foot, walking between City Market and La Comer. She says that between the U-turns of those coming down from Le Caracol and the right turns of those coming from Celaya, pedestrians are never safe, including when they have green lights to walk. So she asked that you allocate the resources necessary to assess this situation.
Yeah, first of all, there are ¿cómo dice semáforos? They have traffic lights for pedestrians right there. It is a dangerous cross, for sure. But until now, nobody has been driven over. So we might have a feeling. We might have a feeling. And it's a big feeling. A feeling that everybody shares. Oh my God, this is dangerous. But if people respect the traffic lights for pedestrians, they're gonna be okay. And statistically speaking, no one has been driven over. Is that right? Machucado? Run over. Nobody has been run over. So it's a feeling.
I think someone was killed by near on that side.
Yeah, it's not in the place, he said. In front of Cruz Roja, yeah, people has been run over. So, thank you very much. As I said, I hope I see you soon. Be in touch with David Bosman. This time he decided to do it here in Teatro Ángela Peralta. I'd rather Rosewood, but I get to have breakfast before or after, but that's fine. Just you guys just choose the place and I'll be there. Very happy. And congratulations for Auspice, okay? Congratulations. That's a big achievement between you guys and our government.
Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next Tuesday back at the Biblioteca.
Thank you.